All right, you know who this is. Are you ready? Let's get in. We got some stuff for you, some recap news and some pretty good stuff. So let's get in. I'm back. I'm feeling better. Thanks. Thanks. All praises due. All right, ready? Let's get it. Are you ready? Let's get it. All righty then. Yeah, I'm back, guys. I appreciate you guys looking and hanging in there with me. I've been seeing some subscribers as I have been sick with the COVID 19. Yeah, it came back into our atmosphere. I don't want to get too much into conspiracy, but we know what it is. So anyway, it had me down for a minute. So I'm back and trying to give you guys some recap on some news. One thing might be something that you know about already, but that's I'm not totally sure on that. Let me just check to make sure and see, which is hold on, let me get it up for you. Hold on for a quick sec, and then we'll get into it. But yeah, it's about Ukraine, pretty much. So what's been going on? It says Ukrainian banking giant finds success in using Stellar XLM for pilot program, and this is very, very good to know because this is again clarification of innovation and expansion of the ISO 20222, right? 20022, right? These these technologies, fintech companies such as Stellar and you have Ripple with XRP Ledger. XLM is Stellar, okay, and these guys, they're the main two that are considered the real fintech type of technology that's going to be used for banking solutions, okay, and servicing banks, electronic money transfers and cross-border payments and the likes of this. All right, and many of these companies that are getting into adopting or at least piloting making a pilot program. This is what's going on. So listen, Ukrainian banking giant Tuscom Bank Harvinia, I guess that's if I'm saying it correctly, which is in Ukraine, just recently announced the results of using the Stellar network to test its new digital currency pilot program. The purpose of the pilot program was to understand all the advantages of using blockchain technology, right? Blockchain, when issuing electronic money, in Stellar was chosen as the ideal blockchain to test the idea, right? So after all, the Stellar blockchain uses its native token XLM in order to facilitate transactions and is specifically designed to be used as a bridge currency when one is trading between two fiat currencies. Now, this people, I don't even have to go in further to read, and I'll close it there. But the thing about it is that many of the people who are in the space, in the crypto space, in the communities, in the tribal groups, what have you, that are spewing out FUD and talking about, like I had my man I saw in the Twitter space, not a Twitter space, but on the Twitter feed, ISO Goat stating, it's crazy. It's so crazy how people are saying scamming that ISO 20022 compliant coins are scams, right? And it's crazy because the utility is clear behind it. The institutions flocking to using and gaining these services of fintech with these types of technologies, these DLTs. You know what I'm saying? All the technology that goes with these systems, with these networks. Okay, so what are you talking about? Where are you coming from? Are you delusional, or are you just totally arrogant and blind ignorant at the same time? Because arrogance breeds ignorance, because the person thinks that they know it all, and they might not even do their own due diligence to study and to really look into what's behind this technology. And you're just going to go on your FUD, you're running your mouth talking about something you really don't know much about, and you don't understand it, let alone. You're not even realizing that utility is what is the flow, is the blood of these systems. It's the blood of it. It's what makes them maneuver. It's what makes them. It's gonna make and all these people with this price movement mentality. The price, I call it price movement tribes. Okay, they're focusing on is when the price is gonna move. Okay, and they're to the point where they're like just waiting for like it's gonna be the coming of the new day. You understand what I'm saying? It's ridiculous, but the price movement, these people who focus on it, so focused on it that they don't realize that that's just going to happen when all the utilities are functionally taking place. They're actually taking place. All the works are moving forward. Everything, all the bolts and the mechanics of the technology is flowing, is moving more than what it is moving now with these institutions that are actually using ODL or actually using the XLM, you know, network. Okay, so let's leave it at that. All right, so let's look into the next thing that I wanted to bring to you notice. Hold on, that's not it. Yeah, okay. So this is. Wait, hold on for a sec. Let me close this out. Hold on, let me close this out for you. Alrighty, let's see here. All right. Excuse me, hold on. Here we go. All right, so this is what the BRICS muling alternative to dollar-dominated payment system, right? Which is South Africa. Nadeli Pandor, if I'm correct, said one of the reasons for BRICS to establish new development bank was to reduce their independence, or to reduce their dependence on the dollar, right? So that's what we know. The narrative or the goals of the BRICS. Now it's BRICS Plus, because we have, other countries that are coming in and becoming members or going through the process of becoming members, like Saudi Arabia, Turkey, Egypt, are taking, part. They're trying to get themselves into the BRICS nations or into the organization, right? So anyway, the BRICS grouping of 5 emerging economies is considering alternatives to the dollar-dominated payment system, which is skewed in favor of very wealthy countries. South Africa Foreign Minister Naledi, I think it is, has said. Pandora said one of the motivations for BRICS, which has Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa as members, and these are the members that are actually in there right now, not going through processes to becoming. They've already been in there for years. To establish the new development bank in 2014 was to reduce their dependence on the dollar-based system. Okay, there you go. And we spoke about this before. We spoke about the dollar and its system, and then people have been speaking about this and speaking about the BRICS nations and the likes of showing this type of breakaway from the old traditional system that the dollar as the reserve currency, excuse me, to say has been used as its main key or main tool for dominance over many countries in the world, right? And so these countries have been working on breaking away since 2014. Okay, base system according to Russian state-owned news agency Sputnik. So this is the Russian news Sputnik, right? News agency. We have always been concerned by the fact that there is a dominance of the dollar, and that's what I was saying, and that we do not need to look at alternatives. And we do need to look at an alternative, she said. The systems currently in place tend to privilege very wealthy countries, and tend to be really a challenge for countries such as ourselves, which have to make payments in dollars, which cost much more in terms of our various currencies. So I do think a fairer system has to be developed, and is something where we're discussing with the BRICS ministers in the economic sector discussions. Pandora added. South Africa is the current chair of BRICS. The comments come at a time when several countries are trying to facilitate bilateral trade in their local currencies as the global economy tries to recover from the pandemic shock. Yes. So we see what's going on, Look at it, for instance, as they're talking about, for instance, India and Russia are in talks to boost rupee trade. India is also taking steps to expand its UPI-based payment system to some neighboring countries such as Nepal and Bhutan. You see, so they're converging. They're bringing their efforts together to push out this dominance and to get themselves and break themselves away from that dominance of the dollar and the old traditional systems of the people who put this up there and placed this in position and placed the dollar to just be the only currency that dominates, right? And we know who we're talking about. So anyway, let me close that off for you, and we'll go on to the next thing that we're trying to get here. Just give me a sec. And this is my man. But actually, before I go into that, I want to go into this here, which is me, of course, when I was listening to the lady that I told you about, Dr. Harnett. And this is, again, some of my receipts. I swayed away from it from the last videos I've done because I don't want to get the people to be like, oh, he's just on trying to, promote himself. So no, I'm trying to show you that my connection to what's been going on and what the people are talking about now with, like, black swan capitalists and XRP Lulu and so forth. I mean, crypto Lulu, so forth. And these guys have been talking about, and then digital asset investor, and they venturing into the areas and going into the rabbit hole of conspiracy, so-called, as they say, conspiracy theories. But it's now not conspiracy theories. These are factual conspiracies that have been going on. So stuff that's been planned, and like I say, always say, all part of the plan. So listen up to what I was saying and what in there, or using her to let you hear what's been going on. This was 2 years ago. This says 1 year ago on it, but when I started showing this, it was pretty much showing from the year before the new year came in. So it's 2 years ago, pretty much. So anyway, let's go and get in. YouTube like that doesn't really catch up all the time when they're trying to do a time span or the dates back on how they don't give you exact. They'll just go by a year or so, and they don't say months in it added to the years or anything like that. So anyway, let me get to that video. Hold on for a second. I'm gonna get it going, and then we can listen. All right. This part is dealing with some of the pictures and stuff, but she, I couldn't show it. I couldn't show her video like that, so I had to record. I had to do it from the recording of my phone or what I heard on my phone, and then I could, pretty much it wasn't visual for me at that time when I did this video. I didn't know how to use my system to visualize or what she was saying in her video.
You won't be able to see, unless you watch the video, like I said, in the other video that you can watch the video, which is part 1, the big global reset, and it's question mark and exclamation mark, how to avoid business failure in Africa in 2021 and, on to the future of what to be. So she shows a picture of banks crumbling. She shows people in depression. The political system shutting down, like they closed the government closes down and stuff like that has happened before. People out there protesting. I can't see the other pictures, but basically that's the point. And a whole lot of the different systems and infrastructures globally is going to fall or fall even more than what we think right now. So let's listen up some more. Confess that some of the pictures actually do not look far-fetched. We have seen these pictures. In fact, these are the pictures of situations happening right now. What we see is shop and business closure on an enormous scale. I have watched a video on business and shop closure in central London, and I've been absolutely...
Okay, I want to get to...
Worse. What did they say? And it says here, Great Reset and a Doomsday. So these are the two narratives that exist. And
let's go back to listen to see if
wider economics and global shift that's actually happening in front of us. Now, two narratives exist. One is doomsday, all right? So that is economists, financial experts, and also people who just, did research like myself, and maybe they're putting content together, who are really saying, prepare for the worst. There are a lot of people out there.
Okay, preparing for the worst. What did they say? And it says here, Great Reset. And
okay, so my video, as you know, is in my brother Talib's show channel, and you can go there and subscribe if you want and watch this video, which is Wealth and Economics in African Present Pandemic Era Part 3. I got Part 1, 2, so forth. So you can watch them if you really want to get into hearing what I was saying and what she was saying a little more, and so forth. And also in there, I have the link in the description area on that video to this lady's video, Dr. Harnet's video, when she speaks, and if you want to hear it more clear or so forth, because this is like, a copy off the copy. So anyway, I just wanted to let you guys hear that, and we're going to close out in a minute. But let me go to my man, John Deaton. Right, and he was talking about the LBRY. He's an amicus brief. He's going in on behalf of this lady. I can't remember her name, but he mentions her name, and he's going to, I guess it's some sort of session with the judge about trying to get some clarification on an injunction and so forth. But just listen to what he's saying, because it has a lot to do with what we're dealing with the cryptocurrency issues in the law situation that's going on with the SEC, and how they have been continuously trying to distract and destroy crypto innovation and slow it down so they can take control and do what they want to do as far as having control over the crypto space. So let's listen to what he's talking about.
Broad, and we all know how the SEC loves for it to be vague so that they have maximum prosecutorial options available to them. So that's why we got involved and said, listen, that's disastrous. And we went to the judge and basically arguing that we don't have a position on disgorgement. That's with LBRY and the SEC on what fine LBRY pays. But this injunction and secondary market sales are very, very important. And so the judge was there to talk about the injunction and a potential fine to issue against LBRY for violating the Securities Act and any disgorgement of any profits. And so what happened, basically, I got to speak about the injunction. Obviously, I'm not taking a position on disgorgement or a fine. And the injunction was where sort of the meat and the potatoes were for everybody in crypto and for XRP holders or anyone else. And the SEC wanted that injunction, and they wanted basically to have that kind of vagueness out there. And I stood up with the judge when he gave me the opportunity. I said, listen, I respectfully disagree with you. That injunction is so overbroad that it does bring into secondary market sales into play, for your honor. That's before you. And what I did is I reminded the judge of the November 21st, 2022 hearing. Okay, and we're going to pull something up, and you're going to see a part of that hearing, and you can read it there, right? This is Jeremy Kauffman as the CEO saying, went back and forth for 5 years. He actually interrupted the proceedings and wanted to speak to the judge directly, whether his attorney wanted to or not. And he's saying throughout that period, we begged them. We said, we'll do anything. We'll make any changes. We just want to be like Ethereum and Bitcoin and have this non-securities designation. We've offered years ago, we'll destroy the entire pre-mine. We'll fold the entire company. We'll give you every dollar in our bank account. We just want to achieve the same legal status as these other cryptocurrencies. And he continues, and this is a CEO, an American entrepreneur. Whatever you think about Jeremy and politics, this is an American entrepreneur who was never charged with fraud, never charged with any wrongdoing like that.
So this is not FTX guy, okay? This is a real legitimate dude trying to do business, and his company got destroyed by the SEC. You understand? Bankrupt them, pretty much. And listen and read this, what is down there. Okay, read that. Do your own due diligence. And I'm just letting you get a little bit of taste. You can go to CryptoLaw, his videos, and his channel, John Deaton's channel, because I'm not going to stay too much longer. I don't want to take up everybody else's time. But I appreciate you guys watching and everything. But just let you know what's going on and still been going on. And John Deaton is still in the war. He's still helping to fight against these people. You know, all shout outs to him, and thanks to John Deaton again, you know, a strong warrior in the fight against the nefarious and corruption of the SEC and the likes of their people. Those, not all of them, I can't say all of them, but those who are with this knucklehead Gary the Goon Gensler doing what they do and continuously persistently coming after companies, crypto companies that are not nefarious as FTX has been come to be seen and so forth. People who came to them with transparency, bringing everything and putting everything on the table, their books, to this, to that, to whatever, and telling and asking, what do we need to do to be fall in qualifying or requirements or meeting regulations, your regulatory clarity. Where's your regulatory clarity that we need? We need that. We want that. We want to be able to work with you. We're not trying to be nefarious and sneaking behind the closed doors. We want to do our business legitimately. And this guy comes and these people, SEC, coming tearing them up. Don't care. But it goes to show you who we have to deal with and who we are in the war with. And not saying no physical war, you know, we're not getting into that. It's a ideological attack. It is, you know, it is an economical war. It is a war of litigation in the judicial system when it comes to the financial system. Now that it being that it's changing from the mode of just the old traditional legacy systems, and now to a new found digital technologically run system of economics or monetary system, so forth, right? And so because of this transfer and this change, the people behind the closed doors, the powers that be, are not all for the change to the way where there's going to be more inclusion. They still want that exclusion of certain peoples and on a bias level, and they want to still be the elites. They don't want to have people like us to be able to be a pawn or be a part of this 1%, which is becoming a growing more percent than anything, because of this newfound way of gaining wealth digitally is concerned. So let's hope that things will go forward and this XRP SEC case closes soon and all of that. And everybody just keep your strength, keep your hope, alive. Stay with everything that you need to be focused on. Hodling out. Dollar cost averaging, all of that. DCA. Doing what you need to do to stay in the war, stay in the fight, and keep on going until we reach success and victory. Until next time, this is your boy, but not your little boy, Crypto B-Boy, coming at you. So I'll see y'all soon in the space. Bye now.